We live, gang. What's up, y'all? Hi, y'all. Hi, y'all. We back. We back. Man, y'all not finna believe this. Trey gang got them. And check this out. They sticking to the story and they sticking to it. We got good audio check. We got good audio check. Now check this out, gang. What's finna happen here? This what's going on. Y'all know they already switched the time on the bell. The time when the police call was made, they switched up so much shit that I was looking at the lead reporter. The lead attorney, right? And y'all remember he had the interview with with the investigative reporter, right? Everybody synced that video. And I'm gonna replay this shit. With Wiggin video, with the reported video, with Gerald video, with everybody video that's dealing with that timeline and what really happened to Shanquilla, right? Check this out. Y'all remember when I told y'all, I was like, man, look, everybody need to turn the pressure up on the general prosecutor because he the one who gave the AOK for the cover up, right? Nobody don't want to press that issue. Then I told y'all about the pill box. Nobody don't want to mention the pill box. Then I told y'all, I was like, man, look, gang, they got her in 3 different locations all through the mansion, and nobody just don't clearly know where she, you know what I'm talking about? Where she was actually found it. Cause first she was in the bathroom, then in the bedroom, and then in the gang room, then to the living room. 4 different places, right? And nobody don't know, you know what I'm telling you, where she would actually found it. Now, gang, I'm finna just get right into this shit, bro. Cause these folks finna walk scot free. And the reason why these folks finna walk scot free, gang, cause we ain't even applying no pressure at all on these folks. We ain't applying no pressure on these folks at all. We coming to these folks weak as hell. Like, you know what I'm saying? These folks, like, man, these folks still can't figure this out. We might as well just hit them with the okie doke. Check this out. Check this out. I got all this shit lined up on the screen, right? I want y'all to listen to this shit.
Say, can you explain to us what the police report said? Yes, the police report kind of shows what happened during that time. The police received information that Shanquilla was beaten.
First of all, he said the police received a call that Shanquilla was beaten. Was beaten, right? Ain't this what y'all just heard? Do it again.
They received the police report kind of shows what happened during that time.
Right?
The police received information that Shanquilla was beaten. They received the call.
They received the call
From a girl named Donovan. She called 911 and she requested the presence of an ambulance. That happened around 5:30 in the afternoon, more or less.
5:30 in the afternoon.
5:19 p.m. The Red Cross reported that the BC due to
Watch this, guy.
At 4:37
del 2022.
The information we obtained is that the 911 call was made at 4:37 p.m. on the afternoon of October 29th, 2022.
Y'all heard that? Look.
They received the call from a girl named Donovan. She called 911 and she requested the presence of an ambulance. That happened around 5:30 in the afternoon, more or less.
So he said 5:30 on the lead attorney, and on his channel where he just dropped about the Donovan Winter police call. Now she calling at what time?
Of October 29th. The information we obtained is that the 911 call was made at 4:37 p.m.
See that? You see that? Watch that.
She makes the call on October 29th, the 911 call. When
My career path is not conventional. You know, being a singer-songwriter, most people don't think that's going to be a...
the 911 call comes in, the police call the Red Cross. So the Red Cross also comes. When they arrive at the villa, they meet with a doctor who was already there. They ask the doctor what happened. The doctor gave a general explanation.
Now watch this.
Subscribe to the channel. All right, let's talk about it in the comments.
She was showing symptoms. My taxi driver, it took us an hour to get to the villa because it was traffic. I don't know why. So I got to the villa around 3:26. I instantly, as soon as I go in there, I go to Quilla. Quilla didn't leave my side, none of that, till the nurse came. But that's...
See that? He was there before the nurse came. He said she never left this side till the nurse showed up. Till the nurse showed up, right? So he got there at 4, well, he got there at 3, right? A call been made from Donovan Winter at 4 son or at 5 son. We got two different narratives on the timeline, right?
On the afternoon of October 29th, 2022.
La joven Winter Donovan alegadamente llamó del número 333-690-8-98955.
Miss Winter Donovan allegedly called from number 333-6908-98955.
Reportó que una persona había sufrido convulsión por deshidratación de congestión alcohólica. Dijo que la persona, en este caso, Miss Robinson, tenía...
She reported that a person had suffered a convulsion due to dehydration from alcohol ingestion.
When the 911 call comes in, the police call the Red Cross. Called 911 and she requested the presence of an ambulance. The police received information that Shanquilla was beaten. They received the call.
They received the call that Shanquilla was beaten, and then all of a sudden, when he get on this channel, he say this.
She said that she reported that a person had suffered a convulsion due to dehydration from alcohol ingestion.
So what the fuck going on with him now? You see what I'm saying? Cause he just gave two different narratives on everything. So he told the lead attorney, the police knew it was a beating, that's why they came out there. Now he switched it up saying she called for the alcohol poison. Which one it is? Watch this. Check this out.
I got too far ahead. So Quilla was laying on the couch in the game room. The fucking...
Look.
Far ahead. So Quilla was laying on the couch in the game room.
Y'all know who that is in the background? Y'all see who that is in the background? Ain't that her brother? Ain't that Donovan Winter's brother? Is he at that house when he made that live, Jack? Look. Is that Donovan Winter's brother? Sure look like that red nigga. Y'all seen the pictures of the brother. And look who in the background when he talking. Hi, y'all. Hi, y'all, Jack. So look, remember he said where the maid found her, right? Watch this.
She went looking for them to inform them that she had found the body. So when they came back, they made it appear to be, they faked it rather, as if they
Watch this.
estaban adentro de la villa o habían salido. ¿Dónde? We've only seen the viral portion of it. He's not sure if the investigators, the police, are in charge of the case and had the homicide of Shanquilla Jackson.
Wow. 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 That is impeccable. That is impeccable. Wow. That's amazing.
Es muy impecable.
That's amazing.
¿Qué hacemos?
He has won 2 awards, one in 20 since this happened in October of 29. And he'll do the same to cover the case and be able to have the best journalism that he can for Shanquilla.
Wow. Wow. Awesome. I need Janae, can you
cubrir the aggressor in the homicide of Shanquilla Jackson.
The Nations aggressor.
Wow. 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 That he said here.
Estados Unidos, ¿nos puedes decir that he knows that the protocols through the Interpol is still ongoing, and so therefore he doesn't have all the information to be able to bring the news of
that I have involved.
De que había nosotros decía asesinado mayor.
What he had gotten information from an informant very close to the police department that there had been a homicide, and he didn't get all the details of it because the homicide had occurred on October 29th. So when he did give him information, he said he needed to find out the information, but he didn't quite give him all the information. He told him to go through social media and find out who she was. And that's how he started out with the case.
And that's how he started out with the case. So, Mrs. Zuniga, an informant reached out to you or told you that there was a homicide. And
just like he told the lead attorney it was a homicide, and now he switched it up. Look.
Of course, they didn't give you all of the information. You had to go to social media to,
Yeah, okay. So he had asked him to go on social media, but also gave him partial news indicating that it was it was a death, but it was alcohol poisoning. And within the sources, they knew that the information was incongruous because it was a video that had been circulating where she had been seen getting beaten by the other person. Right. So that's the reason why he felt that he needed to, proceed with the case.
From a girl named Donovan, she called 911 and she requested the presence of an ambulance. That happened around 5:30 in the afternoon, more or less. She makes the call on October 29th, the 911 call. When the 911 call comes in, the police call the Red Cross.
The fucking villa was like a big ass mansion, no upstairs, all tile on the wall, tile on the floor, straight tile, nothing else. So it's just a big ass villa. I don't know if y'all can view it on the website. Go to Cabo Villas and look at how big this shit is and what it look like. Well, you gonna see. So when I got there, she was in the game room. They told me.
Remember that he said when he got there, she in the game room, right? Watch this.
Al lugar después de haberse salido cuando presente es que mencionó y regresa.
That he had mentioned that had walked out of the bedroom are the same three that came back and then faked it as if the reason why they came back was because the service worker had told them that she was ill. So when they came back was when they formed this, they formed the story, or they constructed the story
Let
of,
me rewind.
Tercera, where
so he says, no, not 5, 3 people, which was Jackson, Winter Donovan, y la otra persona, ¿cuál era el apellido?
Cali Cook. Cali Cook.
Now he said on his video, it was only 3 people in the room with Shanquilla and Denasia. He saying it was Kylie Cook, Donovan Winnable, Kylie Cook, Donovan Winnable. Who else he named?
Callie Cook was the third person.
Es el que graba el video.
Is the person recording the video.
So he said Kylie was doing the recording of the video with Donovan Winnable and Denasia. He's saying them was the only 3 in the room. We clearly heard Malik talking about, damn, Shanquilla, you gonna fight back? So that's 4. So if it was only 3, where Wiggin, where Alicia at, and where he ain't mentioning you know what I'm saying, Malik. Hi y'all. You see what I'm saying, gang? And we clearly know who was all in the goddamn room. Now look at this shit.
So the Red Cross also comes.
Hold on, let me play this again.
Okay. Thank you. Tell him thank you.
Gracias.
Yo.
Hay más imágenes. They're not related to the assault. ¿Es el video? Have seen, was it longer? Is that what your question was?
Yes. Is it a longer version?
But he's not sure if the investigators, the police doing the investigation, have a longer version of the video.
Okay. Thank you.
Watch this, gang. Check this out.
Now, Mrs. Zuniga, I want to talk about, because I'm going to be all over the place, but I want to talk about more of this nurse and this doctor and everything that happened in that villa. Now, my question is, well, let me back up because I had a question to add to something that we were talking about earlier, but we got away from it. Can you translate that to him, please?
Okay, dice que tiene muchas preguntas y está donde quiera todavía, ¿verdad? Pero quiere hablar respecto a la enfermera, quiere hablar respecto del doctor y ahorita tiene una pregunta de
Shanquilla and made the call. So I want to know, when the service worker found Shanquilla, the friends were not at all in the villa. Did they come back, or was they there when the service member found her?
Now, that's a very good question he just asked. Because keep this in mind, Wiggins said Quella didn't leave by his side till the nurse showed up. So that means he was there before the nurse. If the nurse arrived at 3 o'clock, then how the fuck he beat the nurse there? You see what I'm saying, gang? He just slipped up and just really just told him himself he was there before the nurse even showed up. Now look. Before he even said that, he said he went in the game room because that's where she was at. Remember where the maid found her at.
La pregunta que él tiene es, dice que cuando dijo que la persona
afuera todos, no de nada.
Was that when the body was found in the bedroom,
see that? Now the body was found in the bedroom. Now, that's what he said on that man channel. Listen to this shit.
She said that the person, in this case, Shanquilla Robinson, had a dry mouth and skin.
Entonces el servicio de 911 despachó a las 4:42 a la ambulancia BSS 104 al mando de la paramédico Mavi.
The 911 service dispatch helped at 4:42 p.m.
442.
Ambulance BCS 104, commanded by the paramedic Mavi.
La ambulancia llegó a las 5:19 de la tarde. La Cruz Roja reportó que la persona había sufrido un infarto.
The ambulance arrived at 5:19 p.m. The Red Cross.
Now look, check this out. Y'all remember what the news said, what time the ambulance showed up at 5-something. But in the beginning, they said Donovan Winter called the ambulance at 5-something. So when they got the time wrong, they realized because she would have called the ambulance at 5-something, how the fuck they arrive in about 10, 15 fucking minutes. Why they didn't take them an hour to get to the villa like everybody else did? You see what I'm saying? Y'all heard this shit, bro?
Reported that the person had suffered a heart attack.
El reporte de este incidente quedó registrado con el número 10317.
The incident was reported and was registered with the number 10317.
Y fue reportado en ese momento, claro, antes de que se conociera el video viral, como un fallecimiento por causas naturales.
And it was reported at that moment as death from natural causes. Of course, that was before the viral video circulated.
See that? That's what they were going to go
Entonces en el
with.
reporte que obtuvimos se hace una narrativa de lo que se vivió en ese momento.
Then in the report we obtained, a narrative developed of what actually happened at that moment.
So they came up with something at that moment to come up with the cause of death.
De nuevo. Cuando supuestamente el cuerpo de Miss Robinson presentó una crisis convulsiva tónica clónica generalizada que duró menos de un minuto, su amiga, alegadamente, Winter Donovan, procedió a marcar al 911 para solicitar una...
A generalized tonic-clonic seizure that lasted less than a minute. Her friend, allegedly, Winter Donovan, proceeded to dial 911 to request an ambulance.
So why he saying she requested an ambulance now, but on her, they get the call about she was beaten?
When they arrive at the villa, they meet with a doctor who was already there. They asked the doctor what happened. The doctor gave a general explanation that she got a call around 2:30 in the afternoon to request her help.
And that's why Wiggins told North Carolina Beach that he really arrived at the villa at Tucson. So when he told him that he arrived at the villa at Tucson, he just really gave everything up when he arrived at the villa, and he rushed to Crank side, and she didn't leave his side till the nurse showed up.
So the doctor goes to the villa. It takes her about an hour. She says that when she gets there, she finds Shanquilla in a very vulnerable state.
In a vulnerable state, watch this.
She can barely speak.
She could barely speak.
The doctor finds her like half conscious.
No, that's a lie.
She tries to revive her, but the doctor can't.
That's a lie.
The friends are asking her to give her an IV because she had drunken a lot of alcohol.
They ain't give her
That's
no
what the friends
IV.
were saying.
They probably gave her them pills that was sitting on the
The doctor
nightstand.
looks at her, diagnoses her, and says, no, we have to take her to the hospital. But the friends refuse. They say, you have to treat her here. So the doctor starts to treat her there. So they declare her dead. They declare Shanquilla dead at 5:30, around 5:47, I think.
5:47, but we know when she was really dead. Why is
Other folks were not in the bedroom; they were out.
Remember, she was found in the bedroom on his channel, right here. Listen where she was found there on this channel.
En el proceso de atención, según este reporte, la paciente presentó dificultad respiratoria, disminución del pulso y comenzaron a darle ventilaciones de rescate.
According to this report, during the first aid rendered, reduced pulse and CPR was started.
Según este reporte, a las 4:49, la doctora Carolina del Medical American Center, responsable de atender a Miss Robinson, dijo que dejó de sentir su pulso y comenzó a maniobras de RCP con ayuda de uno de los amigos de Miss Robinson hasta que llegó la ambulancia.
According to this report, at 4:49 p.m., Dr. Carolina from the Medical American Center, who was first on the scene and caring for Shanquilla Robinson, said she stopped feeling her pulse and began CPR maneuvers with the help of one of Shanquilla's friends until the ambulance arrived.
El reporte no trae el nombre del amigo que ayudó al RCP a la doctora.
The report does not have the name of the friend who assisted the doctor with the CPR.
The name ain't gonna show up on the report that who was helping, cause check this out. You got the murder suspect with the doctor and they doing chest compressions. Injury even getting worse. You see that? Now this doctor, check this out. Listen to this shit, bro.
She was not feeling good, so I instantly go to her, put on her side, get a bag, and all that. So I'm sitting right next to her the whole time. I was crossing my heart and hope that I was there the whole time in the game room, and then they was talking about cooking. So
when he got there, somebody moved the body. If he made it there and she in the game room, so somebody moved her out the bedroom, because we know that's where the fight was. But now, on Gerald's video, he said she was found in the bedroom. But on his channel right here, Shanquilla was found in where? Hey, this shit done got crazy, gang.
Cuando llegaron los paramédicos de la Cruz Roja, continuaron con las sesiones de RCP, haciendo un total de 14.
When the Red Cross paramedics arrived, they continued the CPR, making it a total of 14 attempts.
That's a lie.
Según el reporte, aplicaron 5 dosis de adrenalina y 6 descargas sin éxito.
According to the report, they applied 5 doses of adrenaline and 6 shocks without success.
6 shots without success and gave her adrenaline.
Para ese momento, de acuerdo.
So when she found them, she went looking for them to inform them that she had found the body. So when they came back, they made it appear to be, they faked it rather, as if they had just found out. She told them that her friend was ill. She mentioned that the friend was ill. And so when they came back, they faked it as if they didn't know what had happened.
And that being that
Fue el que había hecho la
lamentación
are the same three that came there.
a la familia de Shanquilla.
Okay, so what happened was that out of the 6 people that were there, the 3 people that he had mentioned that had walked out of the bedroom.
So if he said that it was only 3 of them in the room, when the other 3 showed back up, right?
Are the same 3 that came back and then faked it as if the reason why they came back was because the service worker had told them that she was ill. So when they came back was when they formed they formed the story, or they constructed the story of well, she was intoxicated and she had drank too much, and that's when they made it appear to be that they had, Khalil had informed the parents.
And that was
they had
that
abandoned the body.
So what time did Mr. Zuniga, what time did the maid, I want to say maid, what time did the service worker discover that Shanquilla was ill?
¿A qué horas fue cuando was after?
Hora 13 de la tarde.
Placed to the doctor was at 3 o'clock. ¿A las 2 o las 3?
2:13 minutos.
At 2:13 p.m. was when the call was placed to the doctor.
Okay. So Mr. Zuniga, I just wanted to...
Avisan a la doctora y la llamada que le entra a la doctora es a las 2:03 de la tarde, a las 2:13 de la tarde.
Okay, so it was it was after 12, and the call that was placed to the doctor was...
So the maid found that after 12, they called the doctor at 2 something. So that's when Wiggins would be showing up. So now Wiggins would be there with her, waiting on the nurse to show up, just like he said that Shanquilla never left his side till the nurse showed up. So what they just basically told us that he was there before the nurse showed up, and he had to be there at 12 something. He was already knew that the doctor was on the way, because he said first they supposed to be sending the male and they end up sending the female. But look at this doctor though. Watch this. Shout out to this YouTuber right here, cause watch what she found out about the doctor. Y'all remember the autopsy report, what I told y'all about the forensic doctor? This finna put the icing on the cake. The doctor that did the autopsy report is not a doctor certified to do no autopsy report. Guess who did the autopsy report, gang? Surgeon people. People that deal with surgery. And remember when I told y'all in the beginning, I'm like, man, these folks had Shanquilla's body so long, ain't no telling what they did with that girl's body. This could be a case of organ harvesting, right? So look. And I was like, damn, this could be organ harvesting because something ain't right. And then when I looked up the forensic doctor, guess who she related to? The Mexican cartel, the dude named Juan. Nobody don't want to look. Nobody ain't finna believe what I'm finna tell y'all. That lady is connected to the cartel. That's what made me start my research. But like, damn, it's crucial out here because when I typed her name in, all the Mexican cartel came up and it was dealing with organ harvesting and murder. Right? Watch this, what she finna say about the doctor, gang.
There is problems, and there has been a repeated history of there being a lot of acquittals, poor prosecutions, huge homicide rates, but low conviction rates in Mexico.
Y'all heard that? Low conviction rates in Mexico. Check this out.
In addition, guys, there's problems with the different doctors that were involved in this tragedy. We talked about on a prior video that there's questions about whether this doctor here is actually a true doctor. She actually specializes in technology in her work there. There's been no indications that she even has a license or qualified to do it.
So this lady into technology, not in the doctor field, right? What kind of technology she into? Look, watch this.
She does. Now there's information coming out about the doctor, guys, who did the autopsy. Sorry, guys. No one tried to hear that. But the doctor, there was a death certificate that was released, as everybody is aware.
Right.
And in that death certificate, as you guys can see, it lists the doctor here as a forensic doctor.
Look, this the same doctor I looked up. What her name is? Hold on, let me go to look. Watch this.
Renee L. Gavin.
Right here.
Oh,
Renee.
Sugarda with a license.
Her name Renee O'Gavin. She related to Juan Agavis. He a Mexican cartel boss leader, right? And he was slaying motherfuckers all around Mexico, right? And she was doing the same autopsy reports with the same victims, right? Look.
This number here. But there was another doctor that analyzed this particular doctor and this doctor's qualifications. And it turns out that this doctor is a surgeon.
A surgeon? Whoa! A surgeon gang. Why would they have a doctor doing a surgery doctor doing an autopsy report? Man, this sounds like some organ harvesting shit. Cause now one of these doctors don't even supposed to be doing a fucking autopsy report. None of these doctors is supposed to be doing no autopsy report. And guess when they did the autopsy? If you look at the date when they did the autopsy, when Shanquilla died on the 29th, why they did the autopsy on the 4th? On the 4th. And the mama didn't get the autopsy till like about 2 to 3 weeks later. Cause she got the autopsy like in November, something like, you know what I'm talking about? They came back. It was a week later when they found out they did the autopsy on. Why they had to do the autopsy on the 4th, right? So what they were doing with Shanquilla Bali on the 30th, the 1st, 2nd, and the 3rd, down there a week before they did the autopsy report. They had that girl body about 4-5 days before they did the autopsy report. And these surgeons, people, then you got a doctor that's there already on the scene with them. And she ain't even no real doctor. How they know each other?
Not an actual doctor who is qualified to conduct autopsies. So this doctor doesn't even have, allegedly, the proper licensing, training credentials to conduct an autopsy. This case has significant holes. And as an attorney, I can tell you that a defense attorney will dismantle this case tremendously in many ways. For example, starting with the causation, there is a huge hole as it relates to causation for the injuries that are alleged that Shanquilla has.
And look, it's already been confirmed. It's already confirmed. The lady that showed up claiming to be a doctor is not a real doctor. But the doctors that did the autopsy report, they ain't no autopsy report. They is not for the pathology. That's why he ain't got no toxicology reports and showing what's in the system and none of that. Right? So look.
The first doctor here, who I questioned her credentials, she claimed that she did several hours of CPR. A defense attorney is going to argue that the severe injuries to Shanquilla's neck and her back was not.
There you go. You took the words out of my mouth, Beverly. They is not no medical examiner. You see what I'm saying? A medical examiner, they're supposed to be a medical examiner job. And these folks is not no And I told y'all this like a money grab.
Caused by Dejanay, but were in fact caused by this doctor here on the screen that was doing all the aggressive CPR.
So look, what they basically finna say that when the doctor was doing chest compressions on Shanquilla, she was just going along what they told her, right? So they saying since the Combo 6 told her that it was alcohol for she needs to do chest compression, since by her doing that, you know what I'm saying, it's not her fault. It's the Combo 6 fault. You know what I'm talking about, gang? So think about this. You got a doctor, I ain't even call her a doctor. Cause it been verified she ain't even no doctor. For one thing. So we need to stop calling her a doctor. Whoever this lady is, the technology lady. She was there when the police arrived, right? So she was already at the store while she was there for 3 hours. And keep this in mind. The police, right? Matter of fact, let me do it like this, guy. Let me make a long story short. These people that did the autopsy report is in violation against the law, and this show proof that the government orchestrated this autopsy report, right? Orchestrated the whole cover up. That's why Kylie was at the mama house trying to convince the mama she was alcohol poisoned, right? Because if he had a chance to convince her, we won't be here right now. But that video circulated and that autopsy report, because check this out. I'm going to tell y'all why they had to list the injuries on the autopsy report. Guess what? They knew about the video of the fight. It wasn't no coincidence they put it there. They knew the video was out. They knew the video was out, so you had to list the injuries. So guess who did it? A surgeon. So if you had the surgery cutting her open, I bet you she ain't got all her organs. Because if you know how organ harvesting work, game, the minute before you die, right? If you in the hospital, and this the law, before you die in the hospital, they finna go to your family and say there's nothing we can do for them. What you want to do? Pull the plug. But before you answer that question about pulling the plug, are you willing to donate your loved one organs? If you say yes, right? Check this out. They got a certain time to take the organs out. Just say, if you die, they got at least 15 minutes. Damn near at least 15 minutes to get the organs, right? Because you just can't get the organs from no dead body. It ain't no good. So once that person died, that's when the operation start of them to go and take what they want when it come to organs, right? That's how you do organ harvest. Check this out. They did the autopsy like 4 days later because the video was already in circulation. They probably didn't know the video was gonna go viral. They didn't know the mama was gonna see, but they knew the video was out. So you got the list of injuries. So boom, they list the injury, the video out. Now the truth out. Now what they did was how the way they set everything up. Cabo finna look guilty because of their stories of what they gave us. Yeah, I was with Shanquilla, stayed by the side, and until the nurse showed up. And so they got all their stories together. And the same story they told us, they finna stick with it. That's why the reporter changed his narrative. That's why everybody changed the time of the death. Right? Listen to this.
And then that could not even be the issue. The doctor, the defense attorney will also argue that the doctor here, Renee A. Galvin Osugura, does not have the medical licensing to qualify him to administer an autopsy. He does surgeries on live persons, people who are living, allegedly, but he does not have a license to conduct autopsies.
So that means you got a surgeon that deal with cutting people open when they alive. When they alive. So that really making me think like, if this was a case of organ harvesting, it ain't even no theory. It's like, it's revealing itself.
So there could be an argument there as it relates to causation to say, well, what is to say that this doctor did not cause the severe injuries to Shanquilla when he conducted the autopsy? They are going to dismantle everything about this death certificate as lacking credibility. So there are severe holes, significant holes in this case, which is why the FBI is at a standstill right now, because they literally have to work this case from the bottom up. And there is a problem as it relates to causation in terms of the injuries that Shanquilla has. They are going to challenge it as it relates to the doctors, 2 doctors involved. They lack credentials allegedly to even do their jobs. And so, guys, we're dealing with some big issues in this case that raises the question as to whether we will find justice for Shanquilla. I want to play this.
See that game? Man, these folks finna walk scot-free. Everybody waking up like, man, these folks finna walk because the government finna say it ain't enough evidence. Why is it they finna say the evidence that we got is not strong enough to even convict the nation? And check this out. Mexico got a low rate of convictions. The worst in history, gang. Man, don't get your hopes up about justice from Shanquilla, because you see what's going on now. All this shit going on, you possibly think he'll be justice? I believe in God, and I believe God working in mysterious ways. You see what I'm talking about? He working on it.
Snippet for you, and then I'm going to talk to you about the low conviction rate as it relates to Mexico, and that at this point we need to really start raising our voices because people are getting way too quiet, and the more quiet we get, the closer we get to justice. There are some huge holes in this case, which is why the case is not progressing and why there is a huge delay. And the FBI will not move until they have enough evidence, and there's so many holes in this case. That is why the case is a standstill. Here you can even see here, she's not even really administering aid to Shanquilla. She's just looking at her, and I don't even know if this is a good photo, guys.
And check this out. That photo, who took that picture? right? Who took that picture and where it came from? It was a YouTuber on her who reached out to Wiggins and asked Wiggins, is that Shanquilla on the floor? He said that's Shanquilla on the floor and that came from a medical camera, right? If you want to know where that picture come from, Wiggins said that came from a medical camera. So we know the Red Cross showed up and we just see the two of them. So they just not showing up, right? So that means who is the other medical person taking the pictures? Who is the other medical person taking the picture, gang? Listen to this shit, bro.
We made it to the living room. I cut on some soft music, sitting with her, rubbing her head, just chilling, waiting till the nurse came, because that's what I was informed that was happening. At first, I was told that it was a male coming, and then a female showed up. So
look, when they called the nurse, and they were like, yeah, we're going to send somebody. He thinking the male for the show. They ended up sending the female. So who they actually called and got in contact with this nurse? They know this nurse. They know this nurse, gang. They know this nurse.
By that time, I skipped another thing. Quilla wasn't found dead. She wasn't found dead. The maids found her slumped over the toilet in her room.
So Wiggins said she was found slumped over toilet in the bathroom. So why over here they saying she was found in the bedroom? And then once you go to the investigative reporter, now he's saying the maid found her where? He done changed where she was at. Oh, she done look. Believe me, that lady ain't confused at all.
Again, what's to say? But let's play this recording from this. There's a doctor who was in Mexico on another person's live. I got this recording from Down the Rabbit Hole.
Watch this, gang. Watch how these people waking up. They got a doctor and finna expose what's going on.
She's the one that did the interview and did the translation. But it's quite disturbing, the information they received. So it is important to at least hear it. I'm not going to put her photo up on there. I'm just going to put Shanquilla's photo up and you're just going to hear the audio. But you guys get the point, okay? So we'll do that, and then I'll show you why I feel there's a problem in this case. There's so many holes, and a defense attorney will dismantle it, and why the FBI is trying to build a case from the bottom up, and there are so many holes in this case, which is why the FBI has not been able to move forward in any arrests at this time. There's problems in this case, guys. Causation issues, evidence issues, lack of qualifications for both doctors, especially the doctor who did the autopsy, which could lead to an acquittal and literally the Cabo Six walking away with no charges.
Whoa! Then I said that, gang. I've been teaching and preaching this shit. Man, these folks finna get away with murder, Jack.
So we're dealing with some big issues right now. Wasn't here. Let me delay here.
Here we go, gang. Watch this.
Esta es una información que yo investigué en relación a, por ejemplo, quién hizo específicamente la necropsia médico-legal de Shanquilla. El nombre está descrito dentro del certificado de defunción. Sé perfectamente que quien emite el certificado de defunción es el doctor René Adalberto Galvano Ceguera. Y tiene un número que es su cédula profesional. Este médico, y ahí entra más controversia todavía, y esa es la tristeza de la que yo hablo en relación a las pobres investigaciones. Este médico es un médico cirujano. Eso quiere decir que es un médico general.
Oh, entonces no es específico. So, oh shoot, guys, I didn't have it on mute. Sorry, guys. basically what that doctor said, that doctor that was just speaking, he is Dr. Valero. He has an extensive amount of credentials, and he was interviewed on Danny Robinson's page. And if you want to go look at that, she's called Truth Teller Danny, I think that's her name. Go to her page because she has the full interview. But I'm just doing a snippet because, again, this is her work, and you guys need to go look at her video if you want to get the full. But this Dr. Valero here is basically saying that the doctor on the autopsy is just a general practitioner. He is not a specialist. So he does not have the licensing to conduct the autopsy. That raises huge evidentiary issues in a prosecution.
So that means Shanquilla never went to the coroner. So that means they took Shanquilla to some crooked ass doctors. That's what they look like and sound like. That they could have potentially sold her body to these folks. You mean to tell me these doctors weren't supposed to do this and these people, first of all, you got Denasia doing chest compression with the doctor. Man, they probably did something else to that girl, y'all. They tampered with that girl's body.
And see, that's the problem, guys, why the FBI has not moved in arresting the Cabo Six, why they have not conducted the extradition, guys.
That's how
there is not enough evidence at this time. And as I talked about before, the FBI has to do its own investigation to see if the Mexico's evidence is sufficient. And at this time, it's not. The two individuals that claim to be doctors don't even have qualifications to do their jobs, individual jobs. The doctor here who did the autopsy doesn't even have the licensing to do an autopsy.
They ain't even got no license for this shit. So it's like they made deals with these shame tree ass doctors and depended on them to falsify the paperwork when they come to the autopsy report. They probably would have said alcohol poison on the autopsy report if the video didn't circulate. You see what I'm saying?
That would be huge problematic issues, evidentiary issues, proof issues for a defense attorney. The defense attorney would argue that doctor lacked the credentials to administer an autopsy, so there is no evidentiary proof that they even conducted an efficient autopsy. There's no evidence that they actually and how did they determine the injuries to Shanquilla was caused by the beating and not caused by, for example, some malpractice issues with the other doctor, Carolina, or with issues with how the autopsy was conducted because the individual who conducted the autopsy doesn't even have licensing to do it, guys.
Was at 3 o'clock, a las 2 o las 3?
2:13 minutos.
At 2:13 p.m. was when the call was placed to the doctor.
Okay. So Mr. Zuniga, I just want to clarify this. I'm just trying to get an understanding for myself and for my viewers. So Shanquilla was not deceased at the moment that the service worker found her, correct? She wasn't deceased yet. She wasn't dead yet.
Quiero clarificar esto para los seguidores, que el momento que la persona de servicio cuando encontró a Shanquilla todavía no estaba fallecida.
Ya estaba fallecida. Tenía de las 7 a las 12. Ella llegó después de las 12.
She had been dead already.
Ya no se movía.
She died from between 7 a.m. to 12 p.m.
See that? Right? Okay. Watch this.
Have you heard of life insurance with living benefits? This type of life insurance policy pays out
that someone that has no experience dressing unresponsive people can get somebody dressed, right? Wipe them off and bring them to a whole new room by themselves within 20 minutes. 2:15, they got the call. The nurse began doing her thing at 3:15. That means she got there somewhere between 2:15 and 3 p.m. 3:15. That means that after that fight, and if you look at that 3 o'clock, that means that she had about 45 minutes to get her dressed and to bring her body into a different room. How did all those people see her bringing a body into a different room and nobody bothered to question anything? How did they get her on the floor? Now, remember when Nasir Wiggins said that he rolled her over and put a bag underneath her and put on Summer Walker and was rubbing her head?
That's what they did find her, slumped over her toilet in her room. That's what I was told. Quilla was not dead when I got there. Yeah, boom. So it's like, okay, so when I get in there, I go in, I see Quilla, I see she chilling, I put her on her side. I go out and make that video where I'm talking about I'm here, that Quilla get up. So I'm thinking like, damn, we got stuff to do. ATVs, a boat, dinner. I missed the chefs, I missed everything. Anyways, fuck that. So I'm like, damn, I'm thinking, Quilla, let's get up. I say that in the video. Everybody can hear it. Everybody know.
Watch this guy, what he finna say about post.
Everybody that know me heard me say the shit. That was my first video when I got there, or second, because I made a video of me pulling up to the villa. But he was cutting up the guy. I tried to get the timestamp for y'all, but that's not gonna work. So I guess the real FBI or whatever had to put those right timelines together. But I'm gonna start with the NC beat. That faggot is so stupid and got y'all believing everything that's wrong. I was not there till the next day. I didn't see a fight. I didn't know it was a fight. I didn't know it was a video. I didn't know they did any harm, anything. I went in there and told it was alcohol poisoning, so that's what I helped her as. That's what I helped her at. I didn't leave her side. I cut on soft music. Summer Walker rubbing her head till the nurse came in. Nobody even talked about the nurse. Nobody even said a nurse came. None of this stuff. So I'm really not understanding.
So he was there at 2-something when they called the nurse.
Understanding where this story is coming from and why it's out here like this, because it's wrong. It's wrong. And for y'all to be attacking me, an innocent soul, like I'm really innocent as fuck. I went there to enjoy my birthday. Like to enjoy my birthday and to really just goddamn have.
So you went to Mexico by yourself to enjoy your birthday by yourself in Mexico?
Fun. I didn't have not 1 second of fun. I didn't take one shot, didn't smoke one blunt, didn't do anything. I went straight to Quilla. She was not found dead. She was found unresponsive. Yes, unresponsive. She was unresponsive. I tried to get her to talk to me and all that, but it was none of that. There was none of that going on. Oh shit. Yeah, but other than that, I did. Oh yeah, I know y'all probably asking that. When I walked in there, I didn't really notice the knot on her head until the nurse pointed it out. I did see the bump on her lip. She did have a blood vessel bust in her eye, and that's it. But I didn't really go in there like, damn, y'all jumped her, y'all beat her ass, what's going on? Like, cause they know, man, and nobody even told me about nothing. I was blind to everything. I'm literally in there giving her my all, like, come on, girl, we are 2,000
And remember this, she already dead.
miles away from home. 2,000 miles away from home. Don't nobody deserve this. Damn, 50
Rigor Morgan done set in. And could have possibly been already done boo-booed on herself and everything.
I wasn't there. I don't have those answers for you from Friday to 3 o'clock when I got to Cabo. I just don't have them answers. I posted my flight itinerary. When I got there, I can't make that up. I can't. I really don't know what else to do but show y'all fucking the real tickets if I could even find them when I landed and didn't land.
And that's when he screenshot this shit off the Google website of what time the airplane will be leaving from Texas to Cabo. And he screenshot that and used that for his alibi, right? He used that shit for his alibi. These people was in this motherfucker with fake doctors. They don't even got credentials to do what they did. If that shit would have happened in the American state, that shit would have been all on the news, and then they would have been investigating this shit for organ harvesting, right? Then what make it so fucking bad about this shit? They done got caught. The Mexican authorities done got caught with the cover up. They took Shanquilla to some bogus. So you mean to tell me the police let the Red Cross take her somewhere else in other sides to go to the coroner's office? They ain't even go. It's like they ain't even process that girl to the police station. You know, no wonder why they didn't call the mama. The authorities didn't call the mama and notify the mama now. Because I'm quite sure if something would have happened to me and I just fall out and died, you know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure they going to call the ambassador and be like, yeah, we got a phone over here that did, you know what I'm talking about? We got an identification, you know what I'm saying? And they finna track your family down and let your family know, man, you dead. But no, they let Lee go to the family to explain to her what happened to Shanquilla, right? Because they depended on Kylie to convince the family. That's why he was trying so fucking hard and sticking around. He left when the autopsy report came back, right? Now, how the family gonna look at this autopsy report now? If these doctors ain't even certified. I want to know, is the news gonna talk about this? I want to know if they gonna mention this shit, bruh. You see what I'm saying? The news know what's going on with this case, right? So check this out. Listen to this shit, bruh.
Última pregunta. Me dicen que si el FBI sigue con la investigación de este caso.
The last question is if the FBI is still conducting an investigation about this case.
El FBI está haciendo su investigación alterna junto con la Fiscalía de México, pero están coordinados con información compartiéndose de un país a otro.
So the FBI continues to do their own investigation and an investigation together with Mexico.
Boy, they working together.
They're not sharing their information.
You see, they just
yo sé
showing
que
you they
tienen
working
muchas
together.
dudas y preguntas que hacer. Todos quieren preguntar y es difícil responder tantas preguntas en este momento. ¿Qué les parece si...
What you say, Compton girl? Man, I agree with you when you said this case was so simple. Watching the video, and soon it turned into a freaking disaster, Jack. You sure ain't lying, cause that's what the fuck just happened. Cause goddamn it, this case was so easy to solve. This case is fucking easy to solve. It's easy as fuck. And that's why I'm fucking mad, cause this motherfucker is so simple. They got caught red-handed, but these motherfuckers determined to convince everybody that's what happened when they told their story. You see what I'm saying? What you say, Tit? I don't know if the family looked to see if her org was missing. I don't think they did, because they ain't thinking like that. They ain't thinking about organ missing and none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? They just thinking about their daughter dead and they trying to figure out what the fuck happened. Now, they might be thinking about it probably later on down in the future. You know what I'm saying? Because that's something to look into. I wouldn't even be surprised if they went to that extent with that girl body. I dig that motherfucker up just to see if her organs in there. Cause she don't have all those organs. Now you got a motive. Cause think about this. Nobody don't even know the clear motive of why they even killed the girl. Only thing we can speculate on is it's gotta be jealousy. Cold hard motherfuckers were so jealous of her. That's the case too though. But then again, they chose that girl for something. Like I said, man, it got to be a money grab or something. You know what I'm saying? Cause all this shit was about money. And then look, watch this game. Here go the crime scene. Right? Now look what Wiggins said. Once you think about what Wiggins said, look how far the bedroom is from the bedroom to the living room. So this man said, when he rushed in the game room, before he even rushed to Shanquilla in the game room, allegedly she supposed to be, hold on, matter of fact, listen to what he said on the Rondo channel where the maid found her in the bedroom. On the floor. Cause remember, that's where the murder supposed to happen at. They said the fight video we seen when Danae just slapped her right there, that's when her body started to die. You know what I'm saying? After that final blow and all this, and that's what they left her at. On the floor, in the bedroom. Right? Right? That's where you get this shit from.
She wasn't moving no more.
De hecho, ella la...
Shanquilla todavía no estaba fallecida.
Ella la toca y...
So, okay, so, excuse me, I'm just trying to get understanding. So that means the medical examiner lied too, because the medical examiner report said that she died at 15 minutes after her injury, which would...
Now, since we know they is not the medical examiner. Pow! Now we know they is not medical examiner. They weren't supposed to do the autopsy report. So that's why he said, well, the medical examiner must have to lie then. Because they saying this girl died between 3. Right? But remember the investigator reporter when he first started breaking the news, we just heard he said Shanquilla been dead between the hours of 7 and 12. That would make sense when the maid found her already hard. Then when the autopsy report came back in, they changed the timeline of the death to protect the doctor because she died at 3 something. Right? So that means when soon after Shanquilla died, the doctor was already on the way to come attend to her, and this time, you know, they finna transport the body. It's like they need to kill her there, right? Kill her there at the villa, cover the murder scene up at the villa so she can be transported to crooked doctors and surgeons and cut her ass open for whatever the fuck reason why they need surgeons. Cut her open and do the autopsy report. That sound like stealing organs and shit. And then they had the body for 3 to 4 days before they did the autopsy report, gang. They did it on the 4th. She died on the 29th. Right? So what the fuck they were doing with her body for 3 and 4 days? Then after those 3 and 4 days, you know what I'm saying, they had to wait till the goddamn. Then look, when the daddy called them folks and was like, yeah, I come to call my daughter. What I need to do to bring the body back? So they was like, yeah, you need the money so we could trans all the paperwork into English, and that take a process. That's the fucking lie. You mean to tell me how long it take to trans everything in English? I can goddamn it, type a whole fucking goddamn it, a resume in English and highlight all the words on that motherfucker translated to what kind of language I want to, and it ain't gonna take me knowing about 3 to 4 seconds just to click up a button, gang. You mean to tell me they ain't got nothing in English down there? All right. Boom. They got the body. Ain't no telling what else. Since they cut it open, ain't no telling what else missing. So boom. Why they got the body, why Kylie is at the goddamn mama house telling her what's going on, she's still there with crooked ass doctors. You see what I'm saying? So check this out, right? If you look at the crime scene, listen to Wiggins' story to this picture right here. Let me blow it up, gang, so y'all can see this shit, right? First of all, if y'all been following me, right? Listen to this shit. I found this fucking house first on Google Maps. Cause this same house they showing y'all said Villa 33. Then they switch it to Villa 32. So I said, damn, they called Google and contacted Google and told them to take that shit down for a minute. And they put it back up. Now, once you observe the crime scene, here go the bathroom, right? Here go the bathroom right here. This the bathroom. This the bedroom. And this the living room. Look how big that fucking mansion is, gang. So that means when the maid came in there, like Wiggins said, the maid found her in the bathroom, right? Found her in the bathroom, which they'll be right here. So somebody move her out the bedroom and move her in the game room. Because the fight started right here. So that means this her bedroom. Damn, gang, y'all can't even really see it. So you mean tell me the fight started right here, then somehow they move her up here, then dragged her to her. Come on, gang. None of these folk got license to even do this shit. So what that mean? What that mean? What that telling us? They doing something illegal, gang. On time out. Pow! Man, I'm finna go on and turn up. Ain't no more holding back. Let's play this bitch ass nigga video.
I could post the video, I could show the video, it's gonna show the timestamps because it's in my archive. I got there at 3-something p.m. I made my first video at 4:26. That's me outside by the pool, Shanquilla, get up, let's go, we got stuff to do. Let's go have fun.
He said at 4:26. Ain't that's what he said at 4:26? All right, listen to Zinga said what time Donovan Winterville made the call. He got a video, 4:26, by the pool.
2022. The information we obtained is that the 911 call was made at 4:37 p.m.
4:37.
I made my first video at 4:26. That's me.
That's a couple minutes after this shit, Jack. You see what I'm saying? Look, you got a video by the pool at 4-something. Kylie is on the phone with the mama at 4-something. Now they saying Donovan Winter calling the motherfucking law at 4-something, reporting Shanquilla has been beaten up.
So it was about 3 hours.
Y no la puede revivir.
And the doctor couldn't revive her. She said that the doctor said that she gave Shanquilla 14 CPR sessions.
Hold on.
Outside by the pool, Shanquilla, get up, let's go, we got stuff to do. Let's go have fun.
On the afternoon of October 29th, 2022.
La joven Winter Donovan alegadamente llamó del número 333-6 908 98 955.
Ms. Winter Donovan allegedly called from number 333-6908 98955.
Reportó que una persona había sufrido convulsión por deshidratación de congestión alcohólica. Dijo que la persona, en este caso, Miss Robinson, tenía la boca y piel seca.
She reported that a person had suffered a convulsion due to dehydration from alcohol ingestion.
There was no fun in that. There was no fun in that. There was nothing good coming from that, man. I went in there with my bag, put it down, went to the game room, went to the living room, stayed there. Worst time of my life. And now y'all on here trying to say I killed her. Me, the nigga that got there a day late. A day late. The nigga y'all didn't see in the video. I have 1,030,000 tattoos. Do I sound like I was in that video? Go listen to it again. Do you hear my voice in that video? Like, come on, bro. Y'all niggas is really stupid. The bitches is stupid. The old ladies, all of y'all are stupid. I don't care who's after me because I have all my timestamps. I've been real close and cordial with everybody who really means something. So everybody else, this.
So why he ain't mentioned about Donovan Winterwood calling the laws then? Because if you was so sincere, you would have been like, man, look, when I was there rubbing her head, trying to tend to her wound, Donovan was on the phone calling the paramedics, bro. You know what I'm talking about? And Kylie was calling the mama, telling the mama, like, man, hey, you know what I'm saying? Shanquilla's sick over here with alcohol poisoning. You would have been saying all that shit, bro. In this same fucking live video that he's saying this shit on. But he never said this shit. Because now we know why he ain't saying this shit. Because you got a nurse girl, not even a nurse. This lady deal with technology. And technology deal with any fucking thing dealing with computers, Photoshop pictures, websites, and all this shit. Digital shit. Right? But check this out. Who told everybody that Denasia was locked up? Who told everybody Denasia in custody? The same reporter said this shit. And check this out. Y'all remember that picture of Denasia supposed to be a trans? That picture that she supposed to be a trans. Guess where that came from? Guess what website that came off of? The Investigative Report website. He put that shit out. I ain't lying on that shit. Cause even the news, that's the only time when the news pulled up his website and said Denasia had not been arrested. But it said it on his website. Right, gang? So what's going on with the investigative report and he's switching this shit up? And he got all the exclusive pictures. And it's funny that he got pictures of the crime scene, right? Nobody ain't got but him. So that means somebody in the medical field leaked those pictures to him, right? Listen to this shit, gang.
This was just to give y'all some comfort. Because I'm not doing it no more. I'm not responding to nothing else. And all the death threats, I can go with y'all and move. Everybody. I turn me to a pack.
So look.
To try to revive her, but it didn't work and she declared her dead. She said that one of the workers from the Red Cross, one of the paramedics, was also helping her out, trying to treat her. But it wasn't possible. Now this part is key because it shows one side of what happened, but it's contradictory to what the autopsy says and what the death certificate says.
Uh-oh.
The death certificate says very clearly.
And keep this in mind, we can't even go off their autopsy report. We just need the list of injuries, because that's what we seen on the video, right? We got the list of injuries, but the time of death is wrong. And the people that fill out the autopsy report, where they get the paper from, autopsy paper, where they conducted the autopsy at. When they take Shanquilla body to do the autopsy, they sure didn't take it to the crime lab. You see what I'm saying? They took her straight to the funeral home. Who funeral home? What kind of business this funeral home running her? Right? And keep this in mind, I never forget that Denasia is a nurse, Elise is a nurse. You got two nurses there. If you a nurse and going to school, I'm quite sure that you done met other doctors, other foreign doctors. Y'all done been through meetings, events. They done probably came to the classroom. Y'all done took trips dealing with this Dr. Phil shit. And it ain't no telling. It ain't no fucking telling what was said or how this shit came about. Come on, y'all. Listen to this.
That after she was attacked, Shanquilla died 15 minutes later. And it gives the exact time at 3 in the afternoon.
Boom, there we go. I got to say she died at 3 o'clock, and that's going to protect the doctor. That's really, we're going to protect everybody, to be honest with you, because the doctor made it there, and she said she still was alive and was trying to, you know what I'm saying, revive her, right? It would make it look like she was alcohol poisoned, she tried to revive her, and she was unsuccessful, and the paramedics came and grabbed her, took her to the funeral home, did the autopsy report, and that's it. If the video wasn't leaked, nobody didn't even hear the 911 call, no recording or nothing. So I'm not finna go what they called the ambulance. I can't even say they called at 4 or 5 o'clock. If you want to ask me, I wouldn't even be surprised if all this shit was going on and they already had these doctors, crooked ass nurses, wannabe professionals already at the crime scene. Because it would make sense when the police showed up, you got doctors there. You see what I'm saying? This lady ain't even got no face mask on, no gloves, none of this shit, no equipment that you could see her doing any kind of recuperating somebody, Jack. All right. Listen to this, gang.
But according to the doctor's version, she would have been getting there at that time.
See that?
So the autopsy says that the doctor, when the doctor arrived, she would have seen Shanquilla already dead. So that's the suspicion. At 3:15, when the doctor arrived, she was already dead, but the doctor declared her dead at 5:47. So several hours had passed. So this is why the Attorney General's office is investigating the doctor, because the
Attorney General office investigating the doctor, meaning that the prosecutor, the one that orchestrated the cover up, now got her up on the investigation. For what? Bribery and the cover up. Keep this in mind. These the police bosses. This the same prosecutor, right? You got to do that to make it look legit. Yeah, let me put her ass up on the investigation so we can make this shit look legit, right? So now everybody looking at the doctor sideways, but nobody ain't looking at these motherfuckers covering everything up. Fuck each other, right? So, bam, then you get this shit.
The doctor's information contradicts the autopsy. The information doesn't match.
All because the main statement killed everybody's narrative. The main statement blow everything thing out the water when she said, man, that lady was dead when I got there. She was hard to the touch. Now, Cabo got a lot of land to do now because they got to keep that maid out of it.
Also, when the police arrived at the scene, the 6 friends of Shanquilla were there. And the police did not detain them. The police didn't follow the protocol that's used there in Mexico. In Mexico, when there's a homicide like that, when there's an assault or whatever, if you're there at the place and someone dies, you can't leave. You are arrested until the situation is clarified.
Be at 3:00 p.m. So, how is it?
Entonces quiere decir de que el examinador médico echó mentiras también porque había dicho que había fallecido 15 minutos después del accidente.
Es correcto. Lo que tengo yo mintió, pero además los 14 CPRs que le hizo a Shanquilla para tratar de revivirla fue por presión de los amigos, a ver si podía hacer algo por ella para que se pudiera recuperar. Sin embargo, recordemos que ella estaba lastimada de la columna y al hacer el CPR la afectó más.
All right, so yes, she did lie. She did lie. And it also indicated that she had done 14 CPRs. And the reason why she had done the 14 CPRs was because of Shanquilla's friends had pressured her into doing that. So Shanquilla's neck was fractured already. And with her doing the CPR, with them having some kind of chance of reviving her, believing that she was going to be revived, damaged her even more so.
No, okay. Now, I tell Mr. Zuniga, I understand that the doctor who treated Shanquilla lied, but the autopsy that was done that stated that Shanquilla died 15 minutes after her injuries was at 3:00. So we know the doctor who was in the villa that treated Shanquilla lied.
Check this out. We know for a fact she died in the morning, and the timestamp on the autopsy report is a lie, right? So boom. With that being said, gang, think about this. Right here.
She said that the person, in this case, Shanquilla Robinson, had a dry mouth and skin.
Entonces el servicio 911 despachó a las 4:42 a la ambulancia BSS 104 al mando de la paramédico Mavi.
The 911 service dispatch helped at 4:42 p.m. Ambulance BCS 104, commanded by the paramedic Mavi.
La ambulancia llegó a las 5:19 de la tarde. La Cruz Roja reportó que la persona había sufrido un infarto.
Look, I looked up the lady that owned Cabo. The lady that owned the villa, it's a lady, not a man. It's a lady. She a white business lady. She a millionaire. You know what I'm talking about? And she and she owned that shit, right? The news even, clarified it's a lady. Now he's saying it's a powerful businessman that owned it, right? But it's a lady that owned the villa. She don't want to give out no comments. She ain't want to talk about it. None of this shit. She just really got out of Dodge, right? So when you listen to Wiggins' story,
All that shit y'all was talking, y'all just talking out your ass out of hurt because y'all listening to social media. Social media. Of course, my story is going to be different because I got there a day late. I can only tell you what I know from 3:30 till Sunday when I left. That's all I can do. I really can't give nobody no other answer from Friday because they didn't tell me. I didn't go in there, sit down and make no alibi with nobody. I didn't know nothing. They didn't tell me nothing, cross my heart.
Yes, you did.
On this Bible right here. I don't know nothing. I didn't sit and make no alibi. I didn't even have time. I got there an hour later. The nurse came in the door. The nurse came in the door. Tried to help pull her, tried to put some salines in her, but her energy, she didn't have no electric.
What he just said, he tried to put what in her body?
Lights her came in the door. The nurse came in the door. Tried to help pull her, tried to put some salines in her, but her energy, she
tried to put some saline in her.
Didn't have no electrolytes. Her oxygen was low, so she couldn't find them. Y'all don't understand what I went through. Y'all don't understand. Y'all won't understand. So y'all keep posting my address and all that shit. Y'all have fun. Y'all have fun. Y'all know y'all hurting yourself. Y'all not hurting me. I'm not bothered by this because I know the truth. Me and God know the truth. But you're a loser. You're really a loser for trying to do this to me. You don't even know the full story. Innocent. If you want to make a move off of impulse and how you feeling because of the internet.
But in Shanquilla's case, that didn't happen. None of them were arrested. They were all allowed to return to the United States.
Por eso es que la Procuraduría de Justicia en un comunicado de prensa que emitió hace unos días.
That's why the prosecutors sent out
and what the fuck is Salem anyway, gang? We need to look that up and see what the fuck that is. I don't know what the fuck that is. Know what I'm saying?
An arrest warrant against Shanquilla, but also said that other people are under investigation. There was a cover-up, apparently. There was some omission of information. So possibly the doctor and the police that were there are also under investigation since they had front row seats to the whole thing.
See that? The police and the prosecutor had front row seats to the whole thing. So what happened with the investigative reporter? Why he changed his narrative? They probably upped the pressure on him and told him, bro, you can't put that shit out. Everything you put out, you better go create your own channel and change this whole narrative around. Or we gonna kill you. Because it's common that reporters out there, they get dealt with if they report on any kind of murder dealing with the cartel, any kind of exposing corruption, they finna get murdered. You can read about that shit in Cabo, how many reporters that done got killed alone. So, here go the news. Hold on, let me play some more of this shit.
Exactamente todo lo que había ocurrido. Y si ellos cambiaron su versión para proteger.
And if they changed if the doctor and the police changed their story to protect the tourist consortium, to protect the image for the tourists, if the doctor lied, then the doctor and the police will also have to face justice in Mexico. That's called a...
See that? Like what I've been trying to tell everybody. Man, if you lock Denasia up, you're going to have to lock all the Cabo 6 up, the 2 police officers, the nurse, the nurse that was on the scene, the people that falsified the paperwork, right? And the prosecutor. They not finna lock now one of these motherfuckers up. Cause check this out. If you lock up Denasia, what if Denasia snitch and say, well, look, we made a deal with the doctor, with the police, with the prosecutor, and we paid them folks to cover this shit up. If you really want to say snitching, well, what was the motive? Yeah, we sold her for her organs. You know what I'm talking about? Because Cause a doctor should have to be a part of no fucking cover up. Cause you got to think about these folks were comfortable in covering up this crime scene like they benefiting from this shit. They benefited from this girl death, right? They benefited from it. Since we know this, listen to this.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car. Okay, you ready? All right.
We start with the latest in the death investigation of a Charlotte woman in Mexico. The state attorney general's office of Baja California Sur has filed charges in the killing of Shanquilla Robinson.
That's the same person that orchestrated the goddamn cover up. The government of Baja California, right?
The agency also says the extradition process is now starting. Robinson died while on vacation with a group of friends in Cabo last month. WCNC Charlotte's Jesse Pierre spoke to an attorney about these charges.
The charge is for a femicide, which is the killing of a woman. Now, in the U.S., that would be equivalent to a homicide, and it could mean anywhere from 40 to 60 years behind bars. The attorney I spoke to says more charges could be filed in Mexico, but also here in the U.S.
Any role that anybody played, they are likely to have to deal with some level of prosecution in Mexico as it relates to this, or potentially in the States, again, if any of those crimes happen on American soil.
Shanquilla Robinson died after suffering a broken neck and severe spinal cord injury in Cabo last month, according to her death certificate. Attorney James Exum says, despite various accounts of her death, that is the most reliable.
With the medical side, and I do homicides, that's what you can rely on more than anything else, because that's just science.
Boom! That's just science. And guess how they abuse the science? Lying about the time. The injuries is right, but the time is off. And now, since it's been revealed that these people is not medical examiners, you know what I'm talking about? So, I want to know if they gonna report this shit like, oh, they done tricked us. We got to really give out some news now. They're supposed to be the next breaking news. They finna come out with, right, gang? Let's see if they gonna come out with this shit, bro. Cause ain't nobody talking about this shit but us. You know what I'm talking about? Why news silent out about it?
The state attorney general's office of Baja California Sur opened the femicide case against the person allegedly responsible for killing Robinson. The agency filed an arrest warrant and extradition procedures to be carried out.
That type of offense that the person faces between 40 years minimum, 60 years maximum.
The investigation remains open as the agency works to identify anyone else involved in her death. Exum says more people could be prosecuted.
More people.
The fact that they left Mexico under the guise that she died from alcohol poisoning, and it's clear that it's not that, then once you've left Mexico and come here, that could be an issue because, you know, you can do it by commission or omission.
He adds any false statements made could be seen as obstruction of justice. The FBI...
Uh-oh! Y'all just heard that? So that means we got proof of a cover-up, and you just heard what the lawyer just said, right? You heard what the lawyer just said? What would happen if they falsified any kind of paperwork?
That she died from alcohol poisoning, and it's clear that it's not that, then once you've left Mexico and come here, that could be an issue because, you know, you can do it by commission or omission.
He adds any false statements made could be seen as obstruction of justice. The FBI Charlotte field office also opened its own investigation.
So if there's evidence that there was some plan before they got to Mexico, yeah, that would be a problem. Once you're back on U.S. soil, to the extent that there's an investigation here and you lie about it, you conceal things, you try to run, those could all be things that create charges against you here.
Oh, so the feds can investigate and pick up all the charges. Now listen to the time of death on what the news report said.
Jake, from State Farm, I gotta know.
I do believe in life.
New details about the death of an American tourist in Mexico. The FBI has now opened an investigation into Shanquilla Robinson's mysterious death. Matt Rivers is in Mexico City for us. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, Robin. We've been covering this story for more than a week now, and with this new information that just came out really yesterday evening and overnight, more questions than ever now surround the death of Shanquilla Robinson here in Mexico. This morning, a family looking for answers surrounding the death of North Carolina native Shanquilla Robinson at a luxury resort during a vacation in Mexico. The FBI now investigating as a bombshell new development has emerged. Mexican authorities say the American tourist may have been alive and that a medical professional on site may have been working on the 25-year-old for 3 hours before police arrived on the scene. According to local Spanish language reports, one of the guests staying at the resort called for help around 2 p.m. Upon arriving, informing medical professionals that she had, quote, drunk a lot of alcohol. A doctor reportedly said she was stable but dehydrated, suggesting she be treated at a hospital. The guests, however, insisted she stay in the villa. Law enforcement authorities not called until later, eventually declaring Robinson deceased just after 6 p.m. Those reports differing from an autopsy obtained by ABC News, listing that medical professionals arrived at the villa around 3 p.m., declaring her death.
We gonna stop it right there because these are not medical professionals. So now they got to go live with this new information and saying the reports, medical personnel that's on this paperwork is not medical professionals. Right? They got to report this shit, Jack. They got to. And we know that. I'm quite sure the feds already knew this. That's probably why her case at a standstill and the extradition paper is at a standstill. Right? Because I was like, what's the holdup? Now I see what's the holdup. They found out that the people that did the autopsy weren't supposed to do the autopsy. They found out that it was surgeons doing the autopsy report. They already know it was bribery because the doctor was getting paid money for this shit. And the police had to take a payout when they got all the money off the room. And took the money from the room, right? Listen.
Dead within 15 minutes, citing the Charlotte native died from a severe spinal cord injury and a dislocated neck.
We got our first dead body.
This morning, a new video surfacing showing Shanquilla resting in a hammock at some point before the trip turned deadly.
We got our first dead body when the girl sleep.
I heard some stuff, a dead body. And, that just make me wonder, that was they plan all the time.
This on the heels of the now viral video to violent.
Just like what the attorney said, if they planted this shit on U.S. soil, they got a big problem. And that's easy to prove. Because they been planting this shit when they got to Mexico. They planted this shit probably for months. Probably for a year. They probably planted this shit when they first met her. Know what I'm talking about?
To show of a female roommate appearing to assault Shanquilla.
They just stood there and watched and didn't even try to stop it or break it up. She wasn't even fighting back. They attacked her.
Over the weekend, the community gathering to lay the once vibrant businesswoman to rest. Justice can't come soon enough for the Robinson family.
To let me know that my daughter's being murdered wasn't going to go in vain, that somebody's going to be prosecuted.
And even with all this new information.
Watch this, gang. Watch this. Timeline. Watch this. I'm finna go to the news and show y'all what they gave when they gave the details of Shanquilla timeline. Is this it?
Hey
Hey, dark roast drinkers, it's Dunkin', the place you didn't think was for you. Well, meet the side of Dunkin' you haven't seen. The darkest, roastiest.
Award for that acquaintance, now back in America.
And the
adding Robinson's acquaintances refused to send her to the hospital. The police report stating the Charlotte native went into cardiac arrest, declared dead by 6 p.m. But an autopsy differing from that report, stating medical officials arrived before 3 p.m., quickly declaring Robinson dead from severe spinal cord injury and a dislocated neck. Robinson's family wants answers.
I'm just waiting on that.
Hold on, y'all. I got to find it right quick. I'm finna find it. Let me see, can I find it right quick, gang? It might be in my likes. Let me look at my likes right quick. Hold on, guys. I got to find my likes. Here we go. Right here. Right here, gang. Watch this.
The doctor was with Robinson for nearly 3 hours, a large discrepancy. Robinson called her mom to tell her a chef was cooking them dinner that night.
I say, well, okay, I love you, have a good night.
And she talked to her the next day. We know at some point Robinson was violently assaulted by another woman.
In the morning. Like when she died, in the morning.
Inside the villa. Picture comparison with the villa's online photo gallery confirms the fight happened in the master suite. Multiple people watched the fight, encouraging Quella to fight back.
Quella, can you at least fight back?
No. She says no before she's thrown to the ground and punched and kicked in the head and back.
Now we just heard Malik. Shanquilla, you gonna fight back? Remember what Araldo said, it was only 3 of them in the room, Janasia, Donovan Winover, and Kylie. So he left out Wiggins, Elise, and Malik. There's 3 missing, right? Watch this.
Back of the neck. Investigative reporter Gerardo Zuniga with Metro Polymix shared the police report with Queen City News. It says on October 29th at 2:13 p.m., the group called for a doctor, telling that doctor,
and they going off his report, right? So they got the police report from him. From the investigative report, and he's switching the time up now? Uh-oh. Remember when he said Donovan Winover called the police at 4-something? Right? Watch this shit.
Robinson drank too much alcohol and they wanted to give her an IV. At 3:15 p.m., the doctor arrived and noted Robinson had a poor verbal response in a drunken state with stable vital signs and was dehydrated. Dr. Carolina Beatriz Ornelias Gutierrez recommended they transfer Robinson to the hospital, but her friends insisted they treat her on site. At 4:20, Robinson had a seizure, and that's when her friend, named in the report as Wenter Donovan, called 911 to request an ambulance. During that time, Robinson's condition deteriorated. Dr. Gutierrez declared her deceased just before 6 p.m.
Y'all see that shit?
The doctor was with Robinson for nearly 3 hours, a large discrepancy with her death certificate.
So you got Wiggins by the pool at 4-something, Donovan Winover calling the police at 4-something, Kylie on the phone calling the mama at 4-something. At 4-something.
Which says she died 15 minutes after her injury. Another inconsistency, her time of death, which is noted as 3 p.m. on her death certificate, and 6 p.m. in the police report. Police who were called to the villa at 5 p.m. arrived at 5:25. They tell Queen City News friends also.
Remember, now they saying they called the police at 5. Watch this. So that's 2 different phone calls. Right, gang? That's 2 different phone calls. One at 4 something and one an hour later. Y'all. So that's why we don't see no transcripts of the phone numbers. We can't hear the recording call. You know what I'm talking about? We can't see none of this shit for ourselves. Where is this police report at? We ain't seen it. We just going along with the investigative reporter telling us, right? And all of a sudden his story is kind of changing a little bit. It's changing.
Told officers Robinson had alcohol poisoning, something they say they knew was false when her autopsy came back. On November 9th, Robinson's mother, frustrated and seeking.
That's why they said they knew that it was false when the autopsy report came back. So they trying to make it seem like we don't know what happened. We don't know how she died and nothing like this. It wasn't no signs of a murder. So we have to wait on the autopsy report for them to find out. So that means they find out on the 4th when they release the autopsy, right?
The truth speaks to Queen City News, telling us she doesn't believe the story her daughter died of alcohol poisoning, something her so-called friends were also telling the family. On November 10th, Robinson's body arrived back home to family along with her death certificate.
So look, they get the death certificate on the 10th of November. We finna bust them up now, gang. Because you look at the date when they performed the autopsy report. Now you finna have a big problem with this shit right here. Watch this.
Which listed her cause of death, a severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation, which is instability in the top vertebrae in the neck. It indicated to family she had been beaten. On November 16th, only after news agencies pressed Mexican authorities on the suspicious death did they share a press release stating they were investigating the death of a woman at Fundadores Beach Club. 2 days later, November 18th, the FBI announced it had launched an investigation into Robinson's death, nearly 3 weeks after she died. Now, in that...
Y'all see that shit? And they ain't said nothing about the investigator opened the case up. The feds opened the case up and got on their ass. And then they said, well, we finna go on to file warrants and everything. So they can file warrants and talking about they going with the extradition papers and all this shit. But she's still on the run. Because she got a warrant for her arrest. She on the run. Right? If I got a warrant for my arrest, and if I don't go and turn myself in, they consider me a fugitive, right? I'm on the run, right? And the feds know that this lady's on the run. They let y'all know, man. The feds know what it is with these doctors, with these police, and the prosecutors. They already know what the Cabo 6 did. They probably even know the motive. They probably know why the girl died. You see what I'm saying? Look, it's no doubt in my mind, they know what this whole thing about. And then if you ask me, gang, common sense would tell me, and I might be wrong, but I'm going to use a little common sense with this. Okay, if anybody commit a murder, and it's more than one person finna commit this murder, they must have had to think they must have had to think it for a while, because they like, when we get through killing her, we got to have somebody on our team that's doctors or something, you know, they can falsify these reports. They're just like, if I'm a mechanic and I go steal a car, right? I got my boss. I can take this stolen car to my boss, and he can falsify all the VIN numbers on it, right? That's the kind of connection that you need. Why would I steal a car if I don't know how to, you know what I'm talking about, flip it and, you know what I'm talking about, and make it legit? That'd be a worse of time. You know what I'm talking about? So somebody knew, we're like, damn, we need a nurse and a doctor. Because why they made one call to a doctor and that doctor showed up and willing to participate with these people. That's rare. I ain't never heard that in my life that, you know what I'm saying, that somebody call a doctor and the doctor come in and be like, damn, let me help you cover this up. I sure feel sorry for you. Nah, that shit don't work like that, gang. Hell no. Hell no.
But also, is it true that the medical examiner also lied with the time of when she died? If she died at 12?
Ok, entonces sabemos que la doctora que estaba tratando a Shanquilla en la vila echó mentiras, pero la autopsia, el certificado de defunción, dice, por medio de la autopsia, dice que ella había fallecido 15 minutos después. Entonces quiere decir que el examinador médico, quien produció el certificado o la autopsia, echó mentiras también.
No. La autopsia no te revela el momento del fallecimiento, te da un lapso de esta persona, 6, 7, más o menos, arroja un periodo.
Range of when the body died. So the autopsy gives you a range of when the body died. When the death occurred. It doesn't give you an accurate reading of when she died. So she says if they picked up the body and they did the autopsy wasn't done. They didn't take her to the morgue till about 6 or 7 o'clock. So it just gives you a range of when she could have passed away.
Okay, I'm just trying to get an understanding. So, if that's the case, you know what? Never mind. Tell me. I'm gonna scratch that question because it's just going to be repetitive. Because I just want to know, well, how does the service worker know when she died if what the medical examiner is saying at 3? We know that the doctor lady that was there lied. We know she told a bunch of lies. I was just confused with the service worker saying she was dead at 12, and then
No. He didn't say the service worker had said that.
Okay, I'm confused.
So the service worker, when she got there, she felt the body, and the body felt hard already.
Right.
So she made the report saying that she had found the body.
But go ahead. Because a few minutes ago, I heard that she was dead at 12. Maybe I misunderstood.
Ok, entonces él está un poco confundido, porque la confusión es si está el certificado o alguien había dicho que ella había fallecido falleció a las 3.
Sí, a los relata la confusión, se da la necrosis un dato.
Okay, so what
quiero que quede claro.
Okay, what happened was that the autopsy information is not incorrect because it cannot give you an exact time of when she passed away. It gives you an approximate time range from when she could have passed away. Okay. The accuracy of that is that she did pass away 15 minutes after the incident. Okay, but the information where the miscommunication is the information that was given to the authorities, to the police, that showed up via the doctor because of what the friends had, the information that the friends had given to the doctor. So that's where.
So check this out. This is what I got out this whole Shanquilla case. Her case is already solved. Let's go on to solve it right now. They planned the attack. We don't know how long they planned, right? It was clearly a money grab, right? It had to deal with some kind of jealousy, but a little more deeper than that. I believe we dig a little more than jealousy, we can find out some more motive. Like, I need everybody to at least give me 3 different kinds of motive. Why with Shanquilla, why would they kill Shanquilla? We already can say one of them gonna be jealousy. So give me 2 more motive. Why would they kill her? Let me know in the chat, gang. Give me 2 more motives. Why would they kill her? All right. They planted this. We don't know how long. When they get there, they ain't even unpacked their bags. Shanquilla was the only one that had her shit unpacked. Everybody else's bags was still packed up. All right. She died less than 10 hours after arriving. Cause if she just getting there like at 7, you know what I'm talking about? At 7 at night, right? Boom, boom, boom. There'll be 7 at night. And she died and they got to fighting around about 7, 8 in the morning. That's like 10. You know what I'm talking about? I'm liking the answers. Money, jealous, and organs. Now look, that's a 3-piece. You know what I'm talking about? Money, jealous, and organ harvesting, Jack. All right. So boom. When they get there, they ate first and start playing the drinking game. Cause once they get through eating, they already playing the drinking game. Shanquilla is not no heavy drinker. That's why she was asleep early. And plus, it's like she go to sleep around that time. Cause keep this in mind, if she was asleep at 9 something at Cabo time, that'll be like 12 o'clock in North Carolina time. So yeah, she'll be asleep. They'll explain why she'll be asleep. But them some bitches stayed up all night and were planning finna kill her that fucking morning. I don't think now one of them even went to sleep. Cause everybody was up that fucking morning. I don't know, gang. It might don't be no organ harvesting. You know what I'm talking about? But it might do. I ain't gonna say it's organ harvesting. I'ma just throw that out there. You know what I'm talking about? Just say like, it might don't even be about jealousy. You see what I'm saying? It could have been about a money grab. It could have been like, let me kill her for her money. You know what I'm talking about? Now look, why would her friend want her organs? All right, let me think about that. It could be simple. Just say like, if you got 2 college students that's in the nursing field and they study organs, right? Kitchen door. You know, you study organs and all this old shit. You know, some people might be infatuated with organs or something. And maybe they was like, well, damn, you know, we know how organ harvesting and trafficking is. We could try to see, can we do something? You know what I'm talking about? Or when you think about it, college students need organs and shit, but you know what I'm talking about, to do research on. Where the doctors get their organs from? All of them didn't come from patients. You know what I'm talking about? So when you think about why a doctor need organs, why would a suspect or organ would need organs? You see what I'm saying? I don't know. But look, I tell you what, we ain't got to believe in the organ. But one thing I'm saying, why will be organ? Why will it be surgeons there? If it ain't got nothing to do with organs, why would they give the body to surgery people? People that do surgeries. And you, the main people that do surgery either doing organ transplants. You know what I'm saying? Cause half of the time a surgeon finna either give you a new kidney or take a kidney. You know what I'm talking about? You got surgeons there. So if it ain't about organs, why they didn't take her body to the real place and let the real medical examiner, you know what I'm talking about, do the autopsy report? Why I was a surgeon? You know what I'm talking about? That was making me think organ harvesting. You see what I'm saying? And check this out. And Cabo is #1 when it comes to organ harvesting. Look it up. And then, how would they know what doctor to even call in the first place? How they get in touch with this doctor? You see what I'm saying? That support everything once we find that out. You know what I'm talking about? And then nobody did check see if she even had organ missing. You know what I'm talking about? Nobody didn't even check this to see if she had organ missing. But I wouldn't mad if I had the money. I dig the body up just to see. Just to be seen. You know what I'm talking about? Look at Kendrick. Okay, watch this. Kendrick Johnson died at a high school and he was murdered while his organ came up missing. So they'll be like me accusing the kids that killed him at the school, and I say, yeah, they took their organs. Then you'll look at me like, well, why would they need their organ? Check this out. What if a doctor came to them, to the couple of the Combo 6, and told them, man, we need some organs or something, they need a team. They just said they need an organ, and they were like, well, look, we'll commit the murder then. You know what I'm talking about? And then you got the I don't know. It just something to look into. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't gonna say organ harvesting. I'm just saying let's look into that and see what we come up with. Cause you got surgeons there. And we know what surgeons do. The surgeon is the main one that would need a kidney, any kind of body part. We don't know if he had a client that needed an organ, some kind of, you know what I'm talking about, body part. We don't even know that. You know what I'm talking about? We don't even know that though. But I know one thing, the doctor got their hands into it. They got their hands into it. And when they covered it up and falsified that time stamp and all this old shit, they got something out the deal. They didn't do this shit for free. You know what I'm talking about? You might well just say, shit, they done this shit for free then. All right.
Where the miscommunication was.
Okay. So, okay.
So the doctor gives the police and the authorities the information that the friends had given her.
Right.
Hey, check this out. It don't even take that long to even get a toxicology report, right? So check this out. It ain't gonna take that long. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do a little, the toxicology report could come back in about a week, right? It could come back in a week. It's a reason why they left the toxicology report out. Cause watch this. Think about this. Toxicology report would show you that what was in the system. Okay? Since they left that out, we don't know what's in the system. What if it's drugs, methamphetamine, or some kind of stimulating drug for surgery? You know what I'm talking about? So, there's no doubt in my mind that these people is in cahoots with these doctors. Won't it make sense that if Denasia is a nurse and if she want to kill somebody, and next thing you know, they call another nurse to help cover that up? What that sound like then? They just like me. They just like if I'm a hit man and I do a hit and I call another hit man and say, come on, man, I don't know what to do with this part. Yeah, this what you need. I'm gonna help you cover this part up. You see what I'm saying? Police officers finna plant drugs. He a rookie cop, and this the first time he finna plant drugs on a suspect. And he do it wrong. So he called who? Another crooked police officer. Man, I fucked up, man. You know what I'm talking about? What you do? I put the drugs on him. He be like, damn, man, you did it wrong. I'm on my way to come here. You should have did it like this. You should have did it like that. You see what I'm saying? These bitches was there for 3 hours talking about something with a dead body. You got to be out your mind. If you thinking these people doing chest compressions for 3 hours, no, these motherfuckers sitting down talking for 3 hours. Even Wiggins said they was cooking. Ooh. While he was with Shanquilla with a dead body. So that just showed me they didn't even give a fuck about her. And you hungry at a time like this? Come on, man. Then since we ain't putting the pressure on the prosecutor, right? Look, gang, we got him where we want it. This how we gonna lose the battle. Cause we is not putting pressure on the government of Baja, the 2 police officers, all the doctors' name is on the autopsy report, and that funky ass nurse. You got 2 police officers, the prosecutor, and the nurse. That 4 more sick. You add that 4 with Cabo 6. That's 10 suspects. Cause what if you lock up the doctor and the doctor spills the tea and give away the whole operation? What if it be a secret ass organization that this shit was happening upon our nose at organ harvest and shit? You know what I'm talking about? Look at Jelani Day. You remember Jelani Day? Where his organ was at? He was last seen with college students. He was in the nursing field. Just like Donovan Winterfeld, Denasia and them. Check this out. His case so corrupted, now one of the police even followed up with his friends at the campus. At the campus, right? Every picture that you seen Jelani Day, he hanging with bunch of college students. And majority of them folks white. Right? So think about this. He come up missing. Somebody called the phone and told him to meet them somewhere. Then the police found the phone. And the person that found the phone said he found it in the middle of the street where traffic still ran in. But he was in a car. So you mean to tell me he had to stop in the middle of the road to jump out and say, oh, somebody dropped their phone. And they never heard from that person again. But guess what? You had 2 college students found the man clothes. And then when the mama asked, like, how y'all know about this scene? How y'all know about this location? The first thing they did, lawyer up. You see what I'm saying? And his organ missing. All his friends he hung around with was his classmates. And they studied and goddamn it, you know what I'm saying? They studying dealing with nurses, doctors, practicing organs and all this shit. That was his line of work. Now look how many college students deal with his death. Now look how many college students that was there at Kanika case, and the doctors were there at the hotel. Look, you had doctors and college students there. And you mean to tell me they had a body there and nobody decided to talk to one of these doctors that was there at the hotel? Come on now. It's so many cases that is unsolved. And it's all of them got similarities to it. All right.
The ambulance arrived at 5:19 p.m. The Red Cross reported that the person had suffered a heart attack.
Now he's saying the Red Cross said she suffered from a heart attack. Why is this Mexican reporter now saying, they said she died from a heart attack now?
El reporte de este incidente quedó registrado con el número 10317.
The incident was reported and was registered with the number 10317.
Y fue reportado en ese momento, claro, antes de que se conociera el video viral, como un fallecimiento por causas naturales.
And it was reported at that moment as death from natural causes. Of course, that was before the viral video circulated.
Entonces,
so that's what they were going to go with, alcohol poisoning, and then she went into cardiac arrest and she died. If the video then went viral and got leaked.
En el reporte que obtuvimos, se hace una narrativa de lo que se vivió en ese momento.
Then in the report we obtained, a narrative developed of what actually happened at that moment.
Voy de nuevo.
So look, check this out, gang. All right, what y'all think? Could it be a possibility of organ harvesting? I don't know. But I can't turn my cheek on that part because it could be. Because I don't know why and how these surges came about. Surgeons. We know what their line of work is. We know what a surgeon do for a living. Transport organs to one body to another. Them the main motherfuckers that need body parts. So if she never seen a medical examiner, right? Now you got to investigate the funeral home that she would have been. If you investigate the funeral home that she would have been, see what you find out, maybe all this shit would make sense. Cause what if they come back and they get busted on some more shit that they was doing before the Shanquilla case? Man, that's what it looked like on the Mercedes Brown. It's like he doing a job like Andrew home to feed us live. Man, I'm just trying to see. I want to know why his story is slightly changing. That's all I'm concerned about. I ain't even gonna call him no liar. I just want to know why everything is starting to change, and all the other YouTubers is picking up on it. Everything I said in the beginning of the Shanquilla case. Now they picking up where I left off at. Now they finna come out with the pill bottles. I told everybody to look into the forensic doctor before anybody even mention it. I could go back to my I might be overthinking. You know what I'm talking about? I might do overthink. You know what I'm talking about? Shit. At this point, the thinking game is crucial right now. The thinking game is crucial right now. Because if it ain't no organ harvesting, it got to be money, jealousy, and something else. Could be robbery. You know what I'm talking about? That's why they ain't caught. Because look, you can't catch nothing that's not on the run. You know what I'm saying? The feds ain't looking for Malik. They ain't looking for nobody. We don't even know if Denasia really got the warrant. Nobody didn't see the warrant. The last time I checked, I ain't see Denasia name on no warrant list. I ain't see her on no fugitive list. Cause you got a warrant, you can look that warrant up. Right, gang? So do Denasia actually got a warrant? I don't think so. Type in Denasia name and see the bitch got a warrant. Bitch ain't got no warrant. Maybe somebody else got a warrant and we don't know nothing about. Cause sometimes I be thinking, I'm like, man, it probably was somebody else on the trip with them. Check this out. If Shanquilla didn't pay for the trip, right? If Shanquilla didn't pay for the rooms or the goddamn the villa, who paid for it? Cause they spent over about $5,000 for the villa. And I'm quite sure Shanquilla ain't finna just pay for no whole everything is on her. I don't believe that shit. You know what I'm talking about? She paid $5,000 for the villa, then pay for everybody airport. No, that shit don't work like that. And then check this out. It's a lot of people that died around their circle. Look how many people died in Wiggin family, and look how many people died in you know what I'm talking about? In the Leach family. Now she a police officer, right? Why ain't see nothing about the police did a blue light, you know what I'm saying, at the funeral home and show her like what we'll normally see when the police died. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't heard none about that shit. Ain't seen none about this shit. They really didn't even get her. They really didn't even get that girl sister no kind of recognition like if she was a police really. You know, they didn't give her the honors like a regular police. And then if she died and she got killed by her boyfriend, why that ain't even national news? You see what I'm saying? That supposed to have been major news right there alone. It's something like they ain't spreading that information like, yeah, what's going on with that murder case? What that murder was about? Gang. But man, this shit made me so goddamn mad. Cause man, Cabo 6 finna get out. It's a lack of evidence. The video just showed assault. Cause they could easily argue this like, yeah, it's a fight happening. True enough. You know what I'm talking about? But she really died from when the doctor was doing chest compressions on her. And they could argue that in court. And once they argue that in court, Cabo 6 finna walk and goddamn the doctors finna walk. You know what I'm talking about? Charges gonna get dropped, you know what I'm saying? And they might got to pay a fine. Cause remember, even the investigative reporter said the doctor ain't even facing no time. She could only face a fine. And the fine ain't even high at all. What you said, her sister, that's not was murdered, was not the retired police officer. What? It wasn't? They said on the news. I read that shit on the news. Shit. Hey, y'all. Yeah, gang. Cabo C finna go free. toxic report alive. We ain't got no toxicology report, no 911 phone calls, no police statements, not even no witness statements, not even no this the shit that we don't even get. We don't got no toxicology report. We got falsified autopsy report. No witness statement, no confession, no suspect statement, nobody in jail. Mm-mm. So if it ain't got nothing to do with the organ harvest and nothing like this, why the cover up? That's all I can say. Why the cover up, Jack? Mm. Oh yeah. Well, it might be another sister. You know what I'm talking about? It might be. It might want to retire police officer. Mm-hmm. But I know that what they was said on the news because I had read the article and everything. You know what I'm talking about? What you say? Only time females fight over a chick is usually over a dude. Did Quilla say something about her man? Like, come on, this had to be a drunk night and somebody started talking about somebody man. Hmm. I don't even think it'll be about a man. Cause Denasia didn't even have no nigga. From what everybody else saying. Shit. You see those hard ass features, goddamn it, she look like a damn bullfrog. She look like a goddamn big face ass bullfrog. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah. There you go. They need the tourist money to survive. That's how they get money. By the tourists. The tourists come and spend all their money. That's how they getting their money. Off American money. You know what I'm talking about? What you say, Tyra? She is the man. Ain't it, man? You know what I'm talking about? That's what I heard. They said she is Geronimo Man, goddamn, because she sure look like it. Don't she look like Geronimo Man, Jack? Yeah. But yeah, gang, I'm gonna go and get on up at this junk, y'all. Yeah, she is a bullfrog. But goddamn it, yeah, she look like goddamn it, Kermit the Frog looking at the on the mouth. But yeah, girl, I'm gonna get on up about this job, man. Drake, I love y'all, man. Y'all be cool and y'all be safe, man. Y'all look into that organ harvest and shit. Try to find out a good motive. Cause we already know they finna walk free. They already finna switch that narrative. They already switched the narrative up. You know what I'm talking about? And they finna, like I said, they finna trick everybody, Jack. But I honestly believe the Fed's gonna come in this job. And I believe the Fed's gonna pick up what Mexico left off. So keep this in mind. God is real and he works in mysterious ways. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm gonna leave it like that, gang. God works in mysterious ways, man. And I'm gonna tell you something. I wouldn't even be surprised if Mexico tried something and was like, well, let's go on and drop these cases and we're gonna let everybody walk free because we lock their ass up, they'll lock our ass up too, so we got to let them go. So maybe the Fed's gonna sit back and see how they gonna conduct their investigation, and if they don't act right, that's when they gonna come in and swoop down on their ass. Cause keep this in mind, right? according to the law, they still committed murder. Right? That don't mean nothing that because they back in the United States, like our government can't pick this shit up. Oh, it's a law that goddamn it, like, yeah, we know you committed murder. And guess what? The feds can get the evidence of what they need. Shit. The feds can get whatever they need. They the best in the world. They got access to everything they need to get these type of evidence. So I wouldn't even be surprised if the feds wants to get back in Mexico and be like, oh yeah, let's go lock up the prosecutor office. Let's go back. Let's show these bitches in handcuffs and lock these motherfuckers up and get some real justice. You see what I'm saying? God real, y'all, and he gonna work. I ain't finna let these folks, man, you know what I'm talking about, man, finna play that role with us. Everybody need to think like a detective now. That's what everybody need to be thinking. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody know the investigative reporting, he trying to switch a little things up. Now, there might be Shanquilla on the floor. Now, let me ask y'all this. Honestly, how many people in the chat believe that Shanquilla in the picture? I want to know how many people believe that. Because I'm going to answer that first. I don't even know. To be honest with you, we didn't even see the face, to be honest with you. So we can't go along if that's her or not. Because when I seen the pictures, gang, of that person on the floor, it's kind of hard to tell who it is. We don't even know. That could be Denasia ass on the floor. You know what I'm talking about? And that's why they had a motherfucking head, goddamn it, covered up so you won't see the head and none of this shit. So, boom. We don't know if that's her. And then the dude said when they dressed her up, she had pink biking shorts on. When I look at the picture, those biking shorts weren't pink. They gray to me. Cause look, I'm finna blow this shit up right quick. Let me see. Hold on. Matter of fact, let me show y'all the picture. Okay. They look a little pink, but why it was looking like another color? Let me show it to y'all right quick. Y'all, what color her shorts is? Do they look pink? They look like a, you know what I'm talking about? It doesn't look like it's pink. So once you look at the pictures, right? Let me look at these hoes a little better. Let me go her feet. Let me look at her body. Damn, it's kind of hard to say, really. She do look like right here. She look like, I don't know, she do look a little big in this job. She do, and then look how the pictures in the angle, like, you know what I'm talking about? So, is that her? That's what I said. If they pink, they real light pink. I kind of see the pink now. You know, it look like a real light pink with a black. And check this out. Is that is that even her clothes? If she even got it, you know what I'm talking about? It might be, you know what I'm talking about, but it do look like this person's short. Whoever it is, this person looks short than a motherfucker, really. And then it looked like, so once you look at the back area, at the lower part of the back, she looked blowed up around the hips. Cause I'm quite sure she had a thin ass waistline. She got a thin waistline. That picture looked blow. She looked like she blowed up. Yeah, she looked like she a little short, a little thick. You know what I'm saying? So this might be her. This might be her. I don't think they would have the. You know what I'm talking about? Have, you know, like when Geraldo was like, he don't think it's her. But this might be her though. It might be her. It gotta be her. Cause let me go back to Wiggin. That lady got Wiggin story. Hold on. Not that one. 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 Not this one. Is it this one? Here you go, right here, gang. Listen to this.
Okay.
Now y'all see this shit right here. Look at this. This what she said about Wiggin. This what Wiggins right here, gang. Let me do it like this. This what she said about Wiggins. She sent the text out to him said, can you answer this one question that the photo Uzinga is sharing? Are those the same clothes Shanquilla had on? Also, is that Shanquilla in the photo? So this is a count. And listen to what he said. That is, in fact, her from medical cameras. So that means if you had the Red Cross showed up and you got two of these people here, who is the other medical official that took the picture? You see what I'm saying? So that means we got to figure out who took these goddamn pictures. Cause keep this in mind, this will be at 5 something. This will be at 5 something when they first showed up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll be back later on, gang. I'll be back later on. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I just want to appreciate everybody that came out, showed they love and they support Jack. Cause goddamn it, we can't let them folk get away with that, bro. We can't let them folk come out with a new narrative, and then people gonna try to go along with that narrative and try to make it make sense. You know what I'm talking about? Nah, I ain't got time for this shit, bro. We finna hit them real, real hard. So I think I might need to just go on and just make these video collaborations and shit and put these hoes together, and we can see this shit clearly, Jack. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all, check out, love y'all, man. Y'all be cool. Y'all be safe, man. Appreciate the cash out game too. Appreciate the notification squad. Goddamn, appreciate that pie y'all on there. And we'll be back shortly. You know what I'm talking about?